A land that was ruled for centuries by a king who claimed not just the crown, but to be God himself. A man for whom people did not walk on the ground, but moved in prostration. And then, a single night came when a dream stole that king's sleep. When death finally stood before him, he could not even compete with a single drop of water. Allah prevented his body from being consumed by the earth and made him a sign of warning for all of humanity until the day of judgment. Egypt was the most powerful country of that era. Cities settled along the banks of the Nile, where fields spat out gold, markets were overflowing, and palaces were built not of stone, but of sheer pride. In the midst of all this was one man, Pharaoh, whose word was not just law, but a creed. People didn't just obey him, they believed in his word. He would say, "I am your supreme Lord," and Egypt would remain silent in submission. In this same Egypt, there was a nation that saw no light, the Bani Israel. Their homes were separate, their dress was different, and their lives were distinct. They were enslaved. Their men carried stones from morning to night, building palaces, collapsing in exhaustion at night. Their women were kept alive only so the cycle of slavery could continue. Pharaoh intentionally kept this nation weak, for a weak nation can never shake a throne. According to the Tafsir Ibn Kathir, one night Pharaoh had a dream. He saw a fire emerging from the direction of Bait ul-Maqdis, Jerusalem, which burned the houses of the Egyptians, but left the homes of the Bani Israel untouched. Pharaoh woke up in a state of terror. This was the first time he felt himself to be weak. That same night, astrologers and those claiming knowledge of the unseen were summoned to the court. The dream was shared, and then a sentence was uttered that would change history. A boy will be born among the Bani Israel, who will become the cause of the downfall of your empire. From that moment, Pharaoh's pride turned into paranoia. When fear enters the heart, intellect departs. Pharaoh thought he would end the problem before it could even begin. He issued a decree that was not a law, but a death warrant. Kill every newborn male child of the Bani Israel. Swords were drawn in every city, the laps of mothers were desolated, and thousands of innocent lives were lost. It was during this era of oppression that Musa alayhi salam was born. His mother lived every moment in terror. Then Allah inspired her. Suckle him, and when you fear for him, cast him into the river. Do not fear and do not grieve, for we shall restore him to you. According to the Tafsir, the mother quietly prepared a chest for Musa alayhi salam and placed him in the river. As the water flowed, carrying that small chest, the mother's daughter told her, "Keep a watch from a distance, but do not go near." The sister followed secretly until the chest reached the banks of Pharaoh's palace. When Pharaoh's wife, Lady Asiya, saw the chest, she had it opened. As soon as her eyes fell upon the child, Allah placed love and mercy for him in her heart. She immediately said, "Do not kill him. Perhaps he may be of benefit to us, or we may adopt him as a son." Pharaoh looked at the child, a child from the very race he was trying to annihilate. But his arrogance spoke up. What harm can this child possibly do? And right there, the countdown to Pharaoh's downfall began. Musa alayhi salam refused to accept milk from any wet nurse in the palace. The household became anxious as the infant remained hungry. Seeing this, his sister stepped forward and said, "Shall I point you to a family who can bring him up for you and take good care of him?" Thus, Allah returned the child to the mother who had cast him into the river, allowing her to raise him with the honor and protection of the palace. Time passed, and Musa alayhi salam grew into a strong young man. Allah says in the Quran, "And when he reached his full strength and was matured, we gave him wisdom and knowledge." One day, Musa alayhi salam entered the city and found two men fighting, one from his own people, Bani Israel, and one an Egyptian. The man from Bani Israel cried out for help. The plea touched Musa's heart. He stepped forward and struck the Egyptian with a single blow. The man fell to the ground and died instantly. Musa realized a grave mistake had happened and immediately sought Allah's forgiveness. Allah says, "So he forgave him." However, Egypt did not forgive. News spread like wildfire. In the court, Pharaoh was furious and issued an order, "Kill Musa." A man came running from the other side of the city and warned him, "The chiefs are consulting to kill you, so escape." Musa left without looking back. No wealth, no supplies, only faith. Allah says, "So he escaped from there, fearful and vigilant." Through the heat of the desert, hungry and thirsty, his only prayer was, "My Lord, save me from the people who are wrongdoers and guide me to the right path." Finally, Musa alayhi salam reached Madian. Near a well, he saw men watering their flocks, while two young women stood back, waiting. Musa asked, "Why are you not watering your flock?" They replied, "We cannot until the shepherds leave, and our father is a very old man." Musa stepped forward and watered their animals for them, and then withdrew to the shade of a tree, praying, "My Lord, I am truly in need of whatever good you bestow upon me." Shortly after, one of the girls returned and said, "My father invites you so he may reward you for watering our flock." That elder was Prophet Shu'aib alayhi salam, as per most commentators. Musa narrated his story, and Shu'aib comforted him, "Fear not, you have escaped from the wrongdoing people." One of the daughters suggested, "O my father, hire him. Truly, the best person you can hire is one who is strong and trustworthy." Shu'aib offered Musa his daughter's hand in marriage on the condition that he serve for 8 years, or 10 if he wished. Musa accepted. These 10 years were transformative. The prince of Egypt was now a shepherd, learning patience and humility, the qualities through which Allah prepares a prophet. When the term was completed, Musa alayhi salam set out towards Egypt with his family. It was a cold night in the desert. He saw a fire in the distance on the side of a mountain and told his wife, "Stay here, I see a fire. Perhaps I can bring a flame or find guidance regarding the way." But that fire was no ordinary fire. As he approached, a voice called out, "O Musa!" Musa trembled. "Verily, I am your Lord. So take off your shoes, you are in the sacred valley of Tuwa, and I have chosen you." Allah commanded him to go to Pharaoh, for he had become a tyrant. Allah gave him signs, his staff, which possessed a special power, and his hand, which would shine white. Musa prayed, "O my Lord, loosen the knot from my tongue, and appoint for me a helper from my family, Harun, my brother." Allah replied, "Your prayer is granted, O Musa." Musa and his brother Harun entered Pharaoh's palace. With a smirk of arrogance, Pharaoh asked, "Who is this Lord of yours?" Musa replied, "My Lord is the one who gives life and causes death." Pharaoh shouted in anger, "Are you playing games with us? Prove it!" The greatest magicians of Egypt were summoned. They threw their ropes and staffs, making them appear as slithering snakes through illusion. The people were terrified. But then Musa threw his staff. It turned into a real massive serpent that swallowed all the magicians' illusions. The magicians realized this was not magic, but divine power. They fell in prostration, declaring, "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun." Pharaoh's pride only hardened. He screamed, "This is a conspiracy," and remained drowned in his tyranny. Allah sent signs as warnings to Pharaoh and his people. These were not just natural disasters, but divine punishments. The storm, a terrifying flood that destroyed their crops and livelihoods. The locusts, swarms that devoured every green thing left on the land. The lice, an infestation that clung to their bodies, leaving them no peace. The frogs, they emerged from every corner, in their food, their beds, and their homes. The blood, the water of the Nile turned into blood. Fish died, and the water became undrinkable. Each time a plague hit, Pharaoh would beg Musa as to pray for its removal, promising to free the Bani Israel. But as soon as the relief came, he would break his word. Finally, Allah commanded Musa to lead his people out of Egypt under the cover of night. They left with nothing but their faith. By morning, Pharaoh realized they were gone. His ego flared. "We will hunt them down and show them who is powerful." The Bani Israel reached the shores of the Red Sea. With the deep water in front and Pharaoh's massive army closing in from behind, the people cried out, "We are trapped!" But Musa said with unwavering conviction, "Nay, verily my Lord is with me, He will guide me." Allah commanded, "Strike the sea with your staff." As Musa struck the water, it split into two towering walls, leaving a dry path in the middle. The Bani Israel rushed through. Pharaoh, blinded by his arrogance, thought he could follow. He led his army into the path between the walls of water. As soon as the last person of Bani Israel reached the other side, Allah commanded the sea to return. The massive walls of water collapsed. Every soldier, every horse, and the tyrant himself were engulfed. In his final moments, as he was drowning, Pharaoh cried out, "I believe in the God of the Bani Israel." But it was too late. Allah declared that his body would be preserved as a sign for all generations to come. While Pharaoh's pride led to a watery grave, Lady Asiya, his wife, is remembered as one of the greatest women in history. She chose faith over a palace, and Allah prepared for her a home in paradise. This story is a timeless reminder. No matter how powerful a tyrant becomes, they are nothing before the will of Allah. If you found this story moving and wish to see more content like this, like the video, subscribe, and don't forget to write Allahu Akbar in the comments. Pharaoh's pride only hardened. He screamed, "This is a conspiracy," and remained drowned in his tyranny.